For life.
Yeah. Bullet cast. What's going on? Stacy. This elite podcast in here. Ain't nobody better. Look. Yeah. Listen to us every time we live in the side. When you turn it on, it's just defining the mind. If you feel it, I'll repeat.
Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm the microphone messiah, Phillip Antoine. I'm joined by the current Bulletcast champion, Mr. Somewhat Days Off, Brandon Tanguma. BT, it's Wednesday/Thursday. How you doing tonight, baby?
I'm doing fantastic. Champion, just sitting here, chilling, no days off. Even though I'm the champion, I still show up. It's back to the OG twosome again. But, not shocked.
We're not shocked. We're not shocked. We will be here for the remainder of time. When it's all said and done, Brandon and I will still be here 30 years from now doing this, probably.
Yep, from the retirement home, eating our applesauce and raisins.
Oh no! I'll be at the summer residence. I'll be at my summer residence.
Yeah, Philip's gonna move to Florida because that's where the
Oh
old
no!
people live.
I'm not moving to Florida. I wouldn't dare do that. I wouldn't dare.
He's gonna move up to the Hayward Hills.
I'll be in my summer residence, and I might go to Calabasas. Shout out Drake, 4 p.m. in Calabasas, great song. All right, so let's talk about some sports entertainment, some wrestling. Let's do that.
It's one and the same, but sure.
I mean, apparently it's different. Apparently it's different.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Apparently it's different. I don't know why. But people think it's different.
Some people.
Yes. Not us, because we know.
Yes. We're not those people.
Yeah, we're not those people. We're not. This is pro wrestling. Sports and name. Anyway, SmackDown, the Usos retain against the New Day. They are now the longest reigning WWE World Tag Team Champions of all times, like Santino Marella would say, of all the times. Thoughts on the match? Thoughts on the reign?
Good match. These four guys have had, I don't know how many matches in their careers, but they can have a solid match in their sleep. And this was a good one. It was a really good match. The Usos. It is interesting to see kind of their career trajectory. I mean, they've always been maybe like a little underrated tag team. Their colorful outfits in the early days and leaning heavily into the tribal Samoan type character. And now they're more quote unquote, realistic, more human based, more themselves. And they've kind of evolved. And I think during this reign, they've always had the good matches with the New Day and stuff like that. But I think now with Roman kind of being with him, I think people have kind of come around and kind of understood and maybe realized that, the Usos are, I don't want to be hyperbolic, but they are probably one of the best tag teams of the past 20 years.
Of course they are. They're the ones. Everybody else is the twos, maybe even the threes, but they're the ones. Yes, sir. The whole family is great. Roman, Solo, Jacob, Journey, Lance. They are all fantastic. They're all great, man. Don't you love it?
I love it. You do love it. Phillip, you might be breaking up on my end. I don't know how it's coming across for the people, but we may have some more technical difficulties.
I hope we don't. Do I sound better now?
You sound, I think Zoom couldn't handle your intensity about talking up the Fatu Uso family. Yes, we're going all over the place and Zoom couldn't keep up.
The bloodline, Roman, Uso, Solo, Jacob and Journey Fatu, Lance and Hawaii. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. And even on some more. Did you get all that?
It did. It came through crystal clear.
Boom. You love it. The highlight of the night, the bloodline segment, with the Brawling Brutes. The Brutes make their way out. Sheamus's mic isn't working. Roman just quick as a whistle. You can't even get the mic to work, man. I mean, come on. They're beating him down. Sammy wasn't there because he was dealing with the loss of a personal friend. T's and P's out to Sami Zayn and the family members and close friends of that said person. And then Drew McIntyre comes out there. Roman's expression changes, and I'm like, ooh, okay. Drew's not done with Roman.
Yeah, good segments. Setting up the war games, it looks like, on the men's side. And
Could you imagine?
I mean, Drew, I know people were banging the drum that Drew should win the title. I still think it was the right choice to keep it on Roman, but I mean, it kind of showed like Drew was probably one of the hottest he's been in quite some time when he was with Roman, and now he kind of cooled off with Karrion Kross, and now he's back with Roman, and I think it's gonna just make him better. And I'm excited to see the match and see how everything plays out. So hopefully, I don't know if the Drew Karrion Kross thing is over, but for now, I am much happier seeing Drew interact with Roman instead.
Okay. Right on. AEW is going to be coming to the Bay. Was it March 1st and March 3rd, Wednesday and Friday? Dynamite and Rampage will be at the legendary Cow Palace. We've been to the Cow Palace. We've seen wrestling there. APW, New Japan. Obviously, that's
I've seen hockey there.
We've seen hockey there. It's historic for a lot of the stuff that Roy Shire and Ray Stevens, Pat Patterson did back in the day. And the golden age of house shows for WWE, WCW. Eddie won the title there, which is really one of the biggest things. This past weekend was the 17-year anniversary of Eddie Guerrero's passing. So let's hit a look back at Eddie Guerrero all these years later, and if you remember that day when it happened, and then we'll talk AEW to the Bay Area. I
mean, Eddie, dying 17 years ago with, I was young, but I still kind of remember like learning because I was young, not on the internet, so I didn't learn about it or hear about it until they announced it on Raw. I was like, oh, damn, that sucks. And it did hurt me because Eddie was kind of one of my favorites. He wasn't like my favorite, but he definitely has grown on me as the years have gone on. And AEW coming to the Bay, I mean, we've been talking it forever. I mean, we were at the first Double or Nothing, the first ever AEW shows. We've been asking for this for well over 3 years. It's almost going to, over 4 years since AEW's announcement when it comes around next year. And I assume, I don't want to assume, but we've already talked about possibly Revolution's going to be at the Cow Palace as well. Usually they do these types of things where they do the Dynamite, Rampage, and pay-per-view all at the same venue. So, and they also announced the next pay-per-view venue on the previous pay-per-view. So I would assume when we do our pay-per-view recap, we should be talking about the Cow Palace being the host. We talked about it a few weeks ago. It seemed like they were between SF and Phoenix. They announced both those places already, so we shall see. But very intrigued, and also we've been to a bunch of WWE shows in the Bay. We've never been to an AEW show in the Bay. I am very intrigued to see what type of crowd that draws.
I know. I mean, it's gonna be Will Hobbs, a hometown boy, town business. Yes, sir. He gonna do the yay proud. I saw he put on Facebook that he's coming home. I'm like, yes, sir, you are. I love it. I love to see it. I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see. I haven't been to an AEW show in so long. We're gonna see the favorites. I'm gonna see my friend Chris Jericho. Hopefully, he's still the Ring of Honor champion by the time. And it's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be fantastic. Nick Aldis, the former NWA World Champion. He was at the predecessor to AEW All In, where he wrestled Cody Rhodes for that title. He was on Sam Roberts' podcast, one of the best podcasts in the game. And he told it all, man. He told it all about why he's leaving the NWA, how he feels about it now, his his differences with Billy Corgan and all that. I know you don't listen to Sam Roberts, but have you been made aware of these comments in this interview?
I haven't heard the comments in specific, but I am well aware of Nick Aldis, stepping away from the NWA, and it hasn't exactly been a pretty separation right now. And Mickey James getting involved because Billy Corgan kind of going over the women's all women's pay-per-view and Power and saying kind of we're not going to do that again because it's him and Nick kind of agreed that it wasn't something that the audience wanted. And obviously Mickey James was a part of that, and she took umbrage to that. So I haven't heard the specifics. So if you want to give a little preview for exactly what he was saying, because I know it's been an ugly breakup between Nick Aldis and the NWA, and he's been kind of the cornerstone for whatever, like almost a decade now, it seems like.
I mean, about what 4.5 years or something like that.
As I said, a decade, definitely the same thing.
Not said. No,
the last 2 years have aged me tremendously. So the last 2 years have been like 5 years.
Nick Aldis, like he talked about how like it was hard to like present the NWA as this big thing when he knows he's wrestling in front of maybe 80 to 100 people for the title. Those early days when the 10 pounds of gold was going on and the stuff with Tim Storm, and people were like, the NWA still a thing? And the news goes that Billy Corgan's buying it. And how much did he buy it for? 5,000, stuff like that. But yeah, so all this, we talked about like, what NWA has become, and we're going to talk about it because they have a new world champion. And he was really hands-on in that kind of, it's similar to kind of what Cody was doing in a way with AEW, and an on-screen talent and performer, but then doing a lot of big moves behind the scenes. Yeah, and it's just where am I going with this? Aldis, he's not happy with the product, and then Corgan would ask him like, "Hey, what's kind of changed? Why aren't we doing the numbers that we were doing once before?" And Aldis didn't want to be like, he didn't want it to sound cocky, but I mean, you have to look at it. When Aldis was champion, they were doing numbers. They were selling out places. He's no longer the champion. It's not really working out. You know what I'm saying? That was kind of the gist of it, and a lot of other things that just they had disagreements. Like Corgan thought Aldis was going into business for himself, trying to petition to be the champion again, and all this other stuff. But yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. I don't want to give away the whole interview. But please go listen to Sam Roberts' interview. You can watch the whole thing on his YouTube channel, Not Sam Wrestling. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean the NWA was and still is in kind of this weird middle zone to where they're not AEW, they're not WWE. I mean, they could maybe grow to like the number 3 or 4, but even like Impact is doing well. And when ROH was a thing, it was like a pretty big deal, especially like when a lot of the big names are still there.
Yeah, I mean, you have to look at like NWA was hot. Like it was the 10 pounds of gold series really helped it out. And then when they started NWA Power on YouTube, like when they first started that, they were hot. Every Tuesday, 6:05 p.m. You just watch some good studio wrestling. They were doing good business. I mean, the hard times, and all that other stuff. It's great.
It's always like the next step. Like you can have one good idea, but then you got to just build off that. And they were never able to build off of that.
Yeah. Speaking of just going into it, Tyrus, the former Brodus Clay, is the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. He defeated Trevor Murdoch. Would you ever have thought Brodus Clay, the man that told somebody call your mama, the Funkasaurus, that he would hold a heavyweight championship like that?
I mean, we've seen him. He's been at like an APW show a few times back in the day, and then he popped out at Impact, and I just kind of thought he was just going to do like the low level indie circuit for like the rest of his career and just be like former WWE Brodus Clay, like on those type of indie shows. But I'll be honest, I didn't really know he was wrestling like that, and he's the NWA champion. I didn't even know NWA was really doing anything this weekend, and then I saw it pop up on Twitter. It was getting memed.
Policast posted about it.
Tyrus isn't Tyrus isn't exactly the most popular person.
He's on Fox News. The title's already made an appearance.
Yeah, so wrestling wise, politically wise, not exactly the best of look for the NWA, as we talked about, is already in like a very slippery situation at the moment. So
honestly, Nick Aldis is basically like, this is basically like, that's why I'm leaving, because of this right here. Basically, yeah, it's something, man. It is something.
I mean, it got people talking like me. Like I didn't really know what the NWA was doing right now, but it just kind of got people talking for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah. Rey Mysterio has been injured. He was pulled out of the SmackDown World Cup, where the winner gets an opportunity to Gunther and the Intercontinental Championship. T's and P's Ray, speedy recovery.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's anything too serious, but just something to put on the show for the next couple of weeks or a month.
Hopefully, we can get the Dominic Ray match at Mania. I'm looking forward to that. Bobby Fish made his his pro fight debut over the weekend. He won. Congratulations. Bobby Fish will be out here in the Bay Area for BTW. Their December show, their toy drive. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go meet Bobby Fish because I'm a Bobby Fish fan.
I'm a Red Dragon fan. Not exactly a big Bobby
meet
Fish
Bobby
fan.
Fish.
I mean, I wore a loud back in the newer pavilion.
Yes, of course, bro.
Okay.
I did commentary there for Big Toko's Kickback.
I mean, they do got the Portuguese beer, so I mean, if the bar's open and they serving,
bro, you got to come to SCW with me. They have this shot. I was there this past Friday. Great show. Shout out to the shout out to my boy Big Fonz real quick. Just racking up gold these past couple weeks. 2 belts Fonzie, yes sir. But they have like this Portuguese shot. This liquor is fantastic. You're gonna have to come. You're gonna have to come.
It's in my blood. You know, I gotta. I mean, have you ever had well, you probably haven't. Like the Portuguese, garage wine. It's amazing.
I'm gonna have to try.
When the day I went to go buy Jules, went down to Monterey. Jules. Shout out Jules. We stopped by at a friend's house and they had some of that Portuguese wine. Maybe had 2 or 3 glasses, and your boy might have been feeling himself when he was buying Jules.
I'm in the building because I'm feeling myself. Was it like that?
Yes, I had to ask the lady if I could use the restroom because I might have drank a little too much.
Oh, you little pukey boy, huh?
No, not like that. Just you had to break the seal. So
not
in November though, of course, because
November. Yeah, of course. I might have already messed up. We don't see. The inaugural Women's Wrestling Hall of Fame has been announced. Brandon, you have the list. Can you kind of go over the list of names and what this is going to be? Well,
it is as you would expect, is a Women's Wrestling Hall of Fame, and they have a long list for their inaugural class. And I mean, I could go over all of them. I'm just going to kind of go over like the names most people probably would know. Mildred Burke, who I've been touted on this podcast for years, is one of the greatest women's wrestlers of all time. Just because you didn't see her or have heard about her, look her up, people. Do your research. Let's see. We got Jazz. Jazz is making it in there. Luna Vachon, Medusa, Babs Wingo, Ethel Johnson, just the entirety of Glow. And some other, there's some other women in there: Tom Burke, Lauren Landon, Jamie Hemmings, and Lori McGee. So shout out to all them women who will be honored on and be inducted into the Women's Hall of Fame.
Did you say Jazz?
It does say Jazz is supposed to be in there.
I love Jazz. She is one of the best. Love her. Hey, I'm happy. Mildred Burke, one of the best. Brandon's right for touting. Shout out Tout. Do you remember Tout? Tout was great.
I love Tout.
You're one of the biggest. You're one of the biggest Tout guys.
I love Tout. Me and Dana Bryan, biggest Tout guys ever.
You two are the biggest Tout guys in the history of the business.
Yep.
Okay. We just need to get that out there. Yeah. No, I'm excited.
I mean, me and him still kind of DM on Tout every now and then.
Let's see if he wants to come to the show. I mean, we've already had an AEW Star and Thunder Wrestling. Why not him? Not him?
He said we'll only do it once Tout starts implementing live videos, which
gotcha.
They're still a little behind on that technology, but maybe in like 2024.
Jesus Christ. Miley Cyrus just popped up on my screen and she kind of looks totally different. This is weird. Long days away from Hannah Montana. Do you remember Hannah Montana? Were you a fan?
A little old for Hannah Montana, but I
had the younger 2 years older than me, bro.
Well, I mean,
I watched Hannah Montana. I did.
Well, when did Hannah Montana come out? I need to.
Like 06, right? It was like 06, 05.
Let's see. When did Hannah? I mean, like I knew what Hannah Montana was, and like I would watch it just because I had like the younger brothers, but I wasn't. Like,
let's see. Am I right?
It started off in March of 06.
See?
So at that point, I'm almost 12, like I'm 11, 12 years old.
Going into 12, yeah.
I'm watching maybe some more,
I'm like 10,
Yeah, maybe some more like MTV or some of the,
Okay, let's see.
The other live action stuff, like I was more of a Nickelodeon guy, to be honest.
I mean, of course, Nickelodeon was great. Your only dealings with Hannah Montana was a Migos song, right?
Shout out R.I.P. Takeoff.
R.I.P. Takeoff. Hannah Montana. All right. There's going to be a replacement match for NXT for It is going to be the Iron Survivor Series at NXT Deadline, live Saturday, December 10th. A lot of stuff's going on December 10th, man. This is a big weekend. So basically, Shawn Michaels was on NXT, and he said this is what's going to happen.
Everybody strap in. It's a long explanation. It's a little confusing.
I think I can get it. So according to the rules, 5 superstars will compete in a 25-minute match. 2 superstars will start the match. Every 5 minutes, a new superstar will enter the match. Superstar with the most wins in the said time span will be declared the winner. If someone loses a fall, they will be placed in a penalty box for 90 seconds. There will be separate Iron Survivor Series challenges for the NXT Men's and Women's Championships. So do you remember the championship scramble from like 2008?
I am aware.
Yeah, remember like Brian Kendrick was in it. He would win. He would be the interim WWE champion. So this is kind of basically that concept, but they have like
more gimmicks.
They have like the War Games gimmick with the penalty box, basically. So I mean, that's kind of what this is. I mean, I was a fan of the championship scramble when I was a kid. Honestly, I still think the concept is pretty interesting if you can just explain it properly. I'm down, man. Hey, I'm down for this. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a multi-man Iron Man match.
It's an interesting concept to set up a number one contender for the men and women. 25 minutes is fine. Maybe I would have pushed it to be like a flat 30 minutes or 20 minutes, but it does sound very complicated. Like it's very convoluted.
You know why it's 25 minutes?
Why is it 25 minutes?
Because this year's the 25th anniversary of the Montreal Screwjob.
Oh, yes. You know, Sean always got to rub that one in.
Yes.
Of course. Never heard of it.
Yeah. But I'm down. I'm down.
Are you down?
Are you?
I guess, you know, we'll check it out. We'll see what's going on.
We will see what is going on. All right. KO is torn or sprained his MCL. That's why he has not been around. This happened at a live event with Austin Theory. T's and P's going out to KO. Hopefully he gets back so we can get this bloodline Sami Zayn KO thing going on.
Yeah, people kind of assuming that he's going to be the fifth man. So we'll see exactly what's going on. But I mean, I would love for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to continue their thing that they kind of put on ice because the Sami bloodline has been kind of so hot that they didn't want to tear that up right then and there. So hopefully he gets better because I think he was getting onto something, you know, being back babyface, being the prize fighter again, and then
love it.
For whatever reason, he just wasn't on television.
He wasn't, yeah. The American Excellence Wrestling promotion. This is going to be started by one of Brandon's favorites, Kevin Kelly.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. The New Japan play-by-play commentator Kevin Kelly has announced on Twitter that he's involved with a new American wrestling promotion called the American Excellence Wrestling, one that he has a financial stake in. Kelly adds that the first event will take place on January 17th or 7th from the historic Hamburg Fieldhouse. Oh, wow. Okay. It's a cool logo. Another wrestling company is starting up. Well, who do you think will be there? They'll have to have like a name or two. Who do you think like the top three names on the indies?
Maybe they can pull some American New Japan guys.
Yeah, I think they can get like a Fred Rosser because you know he pops up a lot of places. They can get like a Kratos.
Yeah, because I assume they're not going to get any AEW guys like on freelance. Maybe an Impact wrestler too. I don't know.
They might get
exactly what their ties are.
They might get a Moose. They might get Moose.
Maybe.
You never know. Randy Orton's son is training to be a professional wrestler. I've seen the clip. Kid looks pretty good. That snap power.
I hate to break it to you. That's not actually Randy Orton's son.
Well, we know that. Look, just because you're not their blood father doesn't mean you can't be their father, bruh. Just because you're blood doesn't mean you're family. Just because you aren't blood doesn't mean you aren't family. Remember that, Brandon.
Okay.
God. Ugwa, those people, that's my family. I like them more than people I'm actually related to. I like you more than people I'm actually related to.
Oh, thank you.
God. Oh, can you say the same?
Of course.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
But yes, I've seen the clip. Snap Power Slam looks great. Have you seen this? Do you know?
Yes. the Randy Orton's kid who's not his kid.
Stop saying that.
He's just impersonating Randy.
Stop saying that. That's rude. God, for Randy punts you in the head.
I hope he gets better. I hope he gets healthy. He can punt me in the head.
He'll do to you what he did to D-Bry at SummerSlam 2013.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Valerie Loretta has made her in-ring debut. I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see her. I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan of her MMA career. I'm one of the biggest Valerie Loretta fans in the business. I can say that. I say that with a straight face, with one of the straightest faces in the business. All right,
everybody, let's collectively bonk Phillip.
Hey now. All right, who do you 420? It's you. It's all you.
Who?
There we go, mates. I'm here for Unhinged Awesome Theory. Wait for it, all day. Tight. Nigerian Prince. Bulletcast promoting matches. I love it. What are the plans for future matches and the heavyweight championship? I love questions like this when we talk about what we doing here. Brandon, when we started this thing, man, did you think Bulletcast would be promoting matches at all? Title matches? Heavyweight title matches? No. What honestly? What are your thoughts on what's going on right now? What are your thoughts? What are your honest thoughts? Tell us the thought.
I mean, it's interesting. Just going. Not glomping on, but we're part of some shows. We have our own championship. We got matches for it. I think I'm more surprised that people kind of remember it and are interested. And I think that's what takes me back. And it's like, this is actually pretty cool.
Yes. December 11th, Alpha Zoe defends against Loverboy Leo. We return to Collectible Stampede where this all started. Who will be next? Brandon, who do you think is next for Alpha Zoe? If he can get past Loverboy, who do you think is next? Wow. You don't even have I mean, you're around the indie scene. Like you've hung out with some.
I am terrible with names.
Wow.
I am terrible
you don't know
with
the names of the boys.
I'm terrible with names.
Are you going with me to this? No, huh? You're not going.
I don't know. What are we doing?
I'm on. Like we'll talk about.
We'll talk to my agent. Talk to my agent. We'll see what's going on.
We'll talk off air. But
yeah.
Bulletcast, we're doing some big things, man. I want this thing to kind of like the end.
He's gonna wrestle me. We're gonna unify the titles.
No, we're not doing that.
Because one person I'm supposed to wrestle keeps ducking me.
Well, I am injured. Okay, like I will send you a photo of what it looks like, bro. It is not good. It is not good at all.
Well, both of my podcast co-hosts are dealing with some foot injuries.
What's going on with Dom?
You know what? You're gonna have to stay tuned and find out on Curveballs and Chair Shots this week. Can't spoil the surprise.
Can you tell me off air?
Sure, I'll tell you off air, but I can't. I can't spoil the people.
Yes. We don't want spoilers. We don't want spoilers.
Yes,
we don't want to give
retain we retain 100% retention from here to Curveballs and Chair Shots.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, plans for the Bulletcast title. Look, it's gonna be defended places. I'm working on getting it defended out of California and things like.
We're getting it defended in the Tokyo Dome for your birthday.
I don't know about all that. Basically, man, like what kind of Trish Adora has done with the Pan African World Diaspora Championship and kind of what the NWA title was before it got to Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, when it was just kind of floating around and being defended different places. That's what I want this to be, and I want people to kind of take notice. It's gotten a little buzz. I'm working with other companies so you can see quite a few Bulletcast Championship matches throughout the year, which I'm very excited about.
Maybe we'll be a part of American Excellence Wrestling.
You never know. If we do, Kevin Kelly's winning. He's winning the Cassie for Commentator of the Year.
Finally, right. It's about damn time.
You've been pushing for this for 5 years. Oh my God. Let's get into it. Inbred is X.
Mr. X.
The rumors are that Dana Brooke or Beth Phoenix could fill in the last spot for Belair's team because they have issues with Cross and Ripley, respectively. However, could we see a returning Becky Lynch show up and to fill in that last spot? After all, the last time we saw her, Damage Control beat her down. That's a great point.
I don't think Dana Brooke is the option.
So wait, Becky's injured, but like, how serious is her injury? Do we know what happened? Do we remember?
It was some sort of shoulder injury, I do believe, and that happened at SummerSlam, which was in August, which would be 3 months. No, over 3 months because it happened earlier in like late July. But I think if you pushing it, I think Beth Phoenix is a great option. Like if you're not going to bring in Edge first and you have Beth Phoenix, like be a mystery and show up to, go after Rhea. But it's not exact. I mean, the thing is, the feud is more about like damage control than it is Rhea. Like Rhea is just kind of there. So maybe they can, add something next week to maybe Rhea takes more of a spotlight. But I like the idea of Beth, but I don't know if they want to, muddy the water of having Beth in there with everybody else. And I don't know. They're trying to tell the Beth Rhea story on its own, not with everybody else associated with it.
That is a fact. All right. Does anyone think that Sasha Banks is really done with WWE? One thing that has added fuel to the fire is upcoming appearance where she is formerly known as Sasha Banks, with Rumble season soon upon us. Could she swerve everyone and triumphantly return at the Royal Rumble? Look, man, the Knockouts champion for Impact was in this year's Royal Rumble. Stranger things have happened. Okay. The Bullet Club, NJPW, like all these things are being talked about on WWE TV. Stranger things have happened. I wouldn't be surprised. I know she's filed some trademarks for Mercedes Moon and other trademarks, and I believe she started like a little company. So I don't know, man. It does look like Sasha she does want to do things outside of professional wrestling and sports entertainment outside of WWE, but she's already done with the fashion stuff, the runways, the Disney shows and all that other. So I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. But I mean, she's been training like this is her first love. This is truly her first love. They talk about in that Ariel Helwani interview with Triple H. Triple H talked about how he knows The Rock misses that roar of the crowd. We know Sasha Banks misses that too. Any performer who's been away from that art for a significant amount of time, even if it's just how long has it been, like 6-7 months, yearning for that, to hear once your music hits in, to hear that ovation and that pop and the fans chanting your name and being so excited to see you and all the adulation, yeah, she misses this. She'll be back. No, we know she'll be back. It's just a matter of when. Could it be the Rumble? We don't know. Could it be in Survivor Series War Games? We don't know.
I mean, for hell, it could be in Stardom. I've just kind of given up on speculating and wondering when Sasha Banks and Naomi, for that fact, will show up. Just because, I mean, there's been so many reports and innuendos and speculation, and I just want it to happen. I don't want for it to be spoiled. I just want to watch, whether it's AEW, WWE, Stardom, Mexico, like wherever she wants to go, because she has a love for wrestling that she could just show up and just do anything she wants. And, as you said, she has stuff outside of wrestling, so she doesn't need to do if she doesn't want to. But I think she does want to kind of get back in it. And whether it's a full-time thing or just a part-time thing, I think she will be back.
Absolutely. This one is actually for Katie, but since she is not here, I'm not going to read it. I will save it for next week.
Dang. Brian and Katie be getting their personalized questions. We don't get anything. What are we, chop liver?
I mean, was the title not a personalized one?
What am I, chop liver?
I mean, you got the one about like the racism and the black Twitter that you did.
That definitely is not a thing, apparently. Well, not with Elon Musk anymore, because Elon Musk has definitely just put Twitter is one big happy place now that Elon Musk owns it.
Elon
definitely
Musk,
not a what show.
What are your honest thoughts about Elon Musk?
I mean, at first I thought he was like funny, and he's like a down to earth billionaire. But now, like the more I've seen him, he's a clown. He's an idiot and a clown.
Down to earth. So like he's like one of those guys that pretends to be like, oh no, I'm woke. I know what's going on. Like one of those guys, or.
Well, he just has fun on Twitter and was like a troll, and he would occasionally tweet things and like occasionally pop his head out and like make fun of himself. But now that he's like more in the spotlight more often, I mean, he just there's a track record now of like him having investments and him doing things, and they just crash and burn.
I mean, of course he's a troll. Look at him.
I mean,
all right, we're going to move on. Monday Night Raw. Seth Rollins defeats Finn Balor. Judgment Day got involved. The OC retaliated. Rhea and Mia got a little handsy, fisticuffs and whatnot. Rollins gets the win over Balor. Then Austin Theory attacks. hits him with the A-Town down, holds up the United States Championship. What are your thoughts?
Decent match from Rollins and Balor. They had a lot of time to fill. I thought they did a good job. But Theory, I mean, he's kind of broke out and he cut a promo earlier, and I quite enjoyed it. I agree with the emailer.
He explained why he lost or why he cashed in.
I mean, I wasn't a fan of the explanation because I think there's really there's no perfect way to explain that, but I just like his demeanor and his character. And I've been down on Theory recently, but it's never like his potential and his athleticism and his talent. I just always thought his character was, stupid and silly, and he can do so much better. Because like I've seen him on Evolve, and go back and check the tape when he was back in Evolve and he was on NXT for like the first time. I was like, this guy could be something. And I think this character right now is much better suited for him to be in a upper mid card, possibly in the main events later down the line feud. So I hate that we had to get there with one of the stupidest cash-ins of all time, but I think Theory, where he is right now, is in a much better position than what he was last week, 2 weeks ago. Ever since that WrestleMania match with Pat McAfee, it's all kind of gone downhill, but this is definitely a bounce back.
I mean, look, he explained it the best he could. Nobody's been able to touch Roman Reigns for 2 years. When there are opportunities, he tried. Like Brock was there, Tyson Fury, the bloodline's going to be there. So he thought, okay, let me cash in on the second most prestigious title we got. What is it?
We're also just going to ignore the fact that he teased cashing in on the NXT championship and then just never came back.
I mean, but I'm sure he thought like, okay, I could do that, but who's hot? What's going on? So Rollins is hot, one of the best champions of the last 10 years, which is true. So I mean,
is Seth Rollins hot? We're going to go down this road again.
Yeah. The blonde hair's made him. He is a. Is he? Can we say? We can't say white. So we can't say that yet. We can't say that yet. But he's there. He's on the precipice. He's on the cusp, baby. He's on the cusp, daddy. I just went into a Dusty Rhodes. I don't know why. I'm sorry.
It just came out. Just happened.
It just happens, baby. Put the hand on the screen and feel me, daddy. He's feeling me. He feels what's going on.
Consensually, respectfully,
of course. I like Unhinged Theory. I'm a fan. Demolished Dolph Ziggler. They had a little war of words.
Forgot he was still around.
Dolph, my boy, with the greatest cash in of all time. I don't want to hear the Mania one. Look, man, Dolph Ziggler did that thing. He did that thing. That's gonna be 10 years in April. I'm scared. I'm looking at this plaque. I remember like every day when I wake up and I look at this plaque, it takes me back to that night. It takes me back to a happier time in my life. Yes.
Good times.
Mia Yim and Rhea Ripley been added to War Games. How do you feel?
As I said earlier with the Rhea and Beth thing, Rhea getting added makes sense because she is like almost like the top woman like going right now. Like she gets great reactions and people have a love-hate, also some other type of feelings towards Rhea. So, and then adding Mia, Mia Yim, she came in last week, did not get like really any reaction. That was kind of an overall dead crowd last week, but I don't know. I think Mia Yim is super talented. I don't think she's kind of been dropped into like the perfect scenario, but I don't really think I don't know. I like her, but I just don't know exactly what much more you can get out of Mia Yim right now.
Bro, she's the HBIC. You can get a whole lot out of her. Where were they at last week? I feel like it has to do with the crowd.
I think they were in Philly.
They were in Philly? Philly's usually white hot.
Yeah, well. The Phillies just lost. They weren't feeling it, and then now the Eagles lost, which we don't need to talk about that.
The Raiders, they lost. How do you feel about this?
That's just a common occurrence these days.
How do you feel about this Niners win? I actually watched the whole football game, Brandon. You'd be proud of me.
Good job, Phillip. Good job.
Yes. Watching the Bolts watching the Bolts.
Bolt up.
Bolt up, baby.
Who's the who are the two quarterbacks you watched last week?
Look, there were some vitamins going on. I want to say Garoppolo, whatever his name is, a quarterback, but don't quote me on that, bro. There were vitamins. There were vitamins.
Yes, Garoppolo and Justin Herbert. Shout out Jimmy G. The Warrior dancers love themselves some Jimmy G. I mean, how could you not? I mean, come on. What about your boy George Kittle? I mean, I know he didn't do anything because he never does anything, but he does the whole settle miedo thing when he gets a first down, which is very rare because they never throw the ball to him. But he's a wrestling guy. You need to get you a Kittle jersey, or maybe like a Kittle Penta combined T-shirt because I think they got those.
Bro, look, dude, I don't want to be one of those people, bro. I don't watch the sports. So I'm not going to have a jersey or any merchandise. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not going to.
You're not that guy, pal.
I'm not that guy, pal. I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
I'm not. Like I have merchandise of things that I actively watch and enjoy. You know what I'm saying?
No, you don't because you don't want to be that person who gets quizzed and just don't know what to say.
Exactly. Like I remember this is a couple years ago. One of my kids walked in wearing a Blink-182 sweater. I was like, "Name 5 songs right now." Couldn't do it. Couldn't do a single one. Test.
I don't want to judge. Maybe that person got it from like a Goodwill or something, and they don't have too many options, and they got the shirt. And
no, look, if you are going to wear something like that, you have to know. You have to be ready at all costs.
So am I allowed to wear my Oakland Athletics sweatshirt?
Yes, because Okay. When's the last time the A's won a World Series?
Unfortunately, that'd be 1989.
Okay, see, you are boom. One of these bands.
And then last time the Reds won, shout out Mr. X, would be 1990 because I was also against the A's.
Ask me a wrestling question right now. Oh, you're not gonna ask me a wrestling question?
Well, I can't just ask like a random. I do have a wrestling. We're supposed to have like a trivia night. One of these days we'll do trivia night.
Oh, believe me, trivia is coming to this show. You'll see what I have planned.
I mean, I do got a wrestling trivia game that I got for Christmas a few years back, but I'm trying to think of just like a random I think I actually hold on. I actually did do a wrestling trivia quiz that I made up for another podcast back in the day. But I'm trying to figure out if I can find it because I think I had it on the Google Doc, and I'm scrambling to get on the Google Docs. But it's fine. Phillip, take us to our next question.
Yeah, we'll go to the next thing. Gable versus Riddle. This was fun. Otis helped Gable get the win. Chad Gable's so good, bro. Bro, when they were trading forearms, Riddle was like, "Bro," and Gable was like, "Sheesh." I'm like, "This is great, dude." I love it. I love it. I love it. What do you like better, the thing or the shoes?
Thank you. Because I do say the Chad Gable thank you every now and then.
I love it, bro.
Okay, I pulled up the quiz.
Oh God.
So I was doing this quiz for people who like know a little bit of wrestling. So it's a fairly easy quiz. I answered all of them, but let's just see if you can get this one. This one is technically not a wrestling question. It kind of is, but it's not. Oh. What is the highest grossing movie starring a wrestler not named The Rock?
Jesus Christ. I want to say No Holds Barred.
Well, that'd be a trick question because it's the highest grossing movie of all time. That'd be Avengers Endgame starring Batista.
That's right. I don't know. I forgot Batista was an actor for a second. Jesus. All right, let's keep going. Let's see.
Okay, I think this. Well, we can do the whole quiz, but I think a lot of them are really easy. Okay, here we go. This one, The Undertaker has wrestled at 27 WrestleManias with 25 wins. Both are records. These next 4 men are 2 through 5 in WrestleMania appearances, but who has the best winning percentage out of these 4 men at WrestleMania? Triple H, Kane, Shawn Michaels, and The Big Show. Who has the best winning percentage at WrestleMania out of those 4 guys?
Shawn Michaels?
No, it would be Kane. Kane is 9-11.
Kane.
At
9-11.
At 450 winning percentage. Everybody under 500.
Okay.
But there you go.
Let's keep this going. Let's say.
Who did Stone Cold cut the King of the Ring promo on?
Oh,
Austin 316.
That's Jake the Snake Roberts in Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm. Who did Stone
Do I
Cold
get an
lose?
extra point because I know where it's at.
Congratulations. Who did Stone Cold lose his first WWF championship to at King of the Ring 1998?
Kane.
Who is the first
Was that right?
Yes, that is right. Good job.
First blood, right?
Yeah, even though he has a mask on.
Yeah.
Who was the first ever inductee into the WWE Hall of Fame?
Andre the Giant.
Correct. Which pay-per-view did Trish Stratus win her first women's championship? I will give you the hint that it is a Big Four.
It's a Big Four. Give me the year.
2001.
Survivor Series.
Congratulations. We can't answer that. Well, I guess we can, but I'm not going to ask the full question because it's an inside joke. What was the WrestleMania 23 main event?
Oh, it's John Cena and Shawn Michaels.
Good job.
WWE Championship, of course.
Good job.
Why was this an inside joke?
Just because we watched that when we were kids and we had, it was a good time. So we was just like, what was the main event of this WrestleMania that we watched when we were a kid?
I don't know why my brain immediately went to Umaga and Bobby Lashley. It immediately went there. Oh man, that's fun. I like. We're gonna have to do more of this. Let's get into AEW Full Gear predictions. Title is not on the line. Brandon, you're safe for now.
Good, because I definitely would have lost because I lose all the AEW ones.
Oh man, so we're just gonna talk about this. Sting and Darby Allin versus Jay Lethal and JEFFJARRETT. That's Double J Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, I mean, I said last week this is going to be like the match they kind of put deep in the card and we kind of forget about it. And then they show the graphic. It's like, oh god, we still have this match to go. But I mean, it should be like a fun match just with Darby and Sting always does something stupid, jumping off of something. So, I mean, it's whatever. I think this match could have just been on like a, put this on like a Rampage or put this on a Dynamite. But I mean, it's whatever. Darby is kind of like in this weird spot right now where he's not doing anything really. I mean, like he has the feud, but he's not like doing anything like major at the moment. So, I mean, I would just give it to Sting and Darby, have them win, move on. I mean, Jay Lethal. It just baffles me that Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett are getting TV time more than like FTR, Miro, Ricky Starks, name whoever you want to name in that like middle card that could be replacing them. But
why are you?
But we're here.
It's Jeff Jarrett. Ain't he great?
I mean, sure.
Do I have to go over what Jeff Jarrett has done in his career again? Do we have to do that again? I'll do it again. I'll do it again. Do I?
I mean, you can.
We knew
back in 1999 that Jeff Jarrett was not the guy, but yet TNA still pushed him to the moon for almost 10 years.
Yes, they did. Because it's his world. My world. Love it. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD versus Saraya. She's returned to the ring in 6 years? Something like that, right? 4?
5 or 6 years? Because she had that like little stint when she came back and then she just immediately left.
Injured again. Yes. Saraya did an interview with Renee Paquette and also with my good friend Christopher Van Vliet. Go check that out. Saraya or up. Duh. Yeah.
What the hell did you just say?
Did you not hear what I said?
It sounded like you just were making sounds.
Saraya up. She wins.
Oh, Britt had I thought she had a really good promo. Great babyface promo from Britt Baker.
I didn't see any Dynamite tonight, by the way.
Only problem is I don't know what is going on with this feud. Like Britt, like I didn't really talk about it last week, but that segment with Britt and Saraya last week, I thought was just like a complete disaster. Like it was just all over the place, and Saraya, quote unquote, I'm just kind of using this like loosely, but burying Britt and like what her accomplishments that she's hasn't done apparently in the last few years and been like the face of AEW's women's division is like kind of eye rolling. Like people like Britt for better for worse, even though she's a heel. Saraya comes in kind of diminishing all of her achievements. I am very interested to see how this plays out because people like Britt, people like Saraya, but Britt is, kind of the now, and maybe Saraya kind of just assumes she's this big star and people are going to love her. But I wouldn't be surprised if people might lean a little bit more towards Britt in this case. But if we're doing predictions, which we are not, I'm still going to give one anyways. I think Saraya does get the win at the end of the day.
Awesome. Luchasaurus versus Jungle Boy Jumpin' Jack Perry. I'm going with Jungle Boy Jack.
Yeah, I think this is not like the end because I think they still have to have the Jungle Boy and Christian match later down the line. But AEW has done an okay job. I mean, well, a good job compared to WWE when it comes to cage matches. So I think we're gonna stay out of Christian getting it, interfering and playing the Scarlet role in this match. So I think just have Jungle Boy win, pin Luchasaurus, and we move on. Hopefully, Jungle Boy can like do something for a little bit, and then Christian gets healthy and attacks him, and we can do that feud later. But kind of, Jungle Boy and Darby are kind of like two guys that I think should be up for better things in the next couple months.
Absolutely. Ethan Page versus we don't know the winner of they advance on Friday for the world title eliminator, yada yada yada. All ego all day.
So we got Brian Cage who's just sitting there waiting in the semifinals while Ricky Starks and Lance Archer have a match that was supposed to be last week, but Archer attacked Starks, so now they're having it this week on Rampage, and we don't know when that cage match is going to take place. It does. I mean, whoever wins gets the title shot at Winter is Coming, so that also might foreshadow who wins. So I think having it be a baby face, I don't know. I think you make because it all depends on what they're doing. Like, is MJF going to be a heel? Is MJF a face? Is Moxley winning? I guess you just give it to Ethan Page just because the firm is feuding with both guys. I guess. Just give it to Ethan Page. He's got a little bit of a push recently. I think he deserves it.
He does.
But I think Ricky Starks needs to be on television more.
Ricky Starks is Ricky. Go to Connecticut, brother. Go to Connecticut. Please. I'm begging you. All right. Jade Cargill. She is that big. Versus Nyla Rose for the TBS Championship. Nyla Rose has held the TBS Championship hostage. Jade's going to beat Nyla Rose. She's going to get her title back, and she's going to keep this run going.
Yeah, I'll set the over-under at this match at 7.5, and hopefully it goes under. Just Jade just runs through her and beats her.
All right, next up, it is for the Ring of Jericho Championship. The Ocho, Chris Jericho, defends the Ring of Honor Championship against Bryan Danielson, Claudio Castagnoli, and Sammy Guevara. I think Jericho retains. Because, look, Death Before Dishonor is coming up. You got to remember that. That's what, December 10th, too? Yeah. Things are happening.
I guess you can go with, any one of these guys. I would assume that you're going to go with Jericho. You're going to tell the story out farther, whether it's, someone outside the company, because he just keeps like picking off all these ROH guys. So maybe bring, I don't know. I mean, I don't honestly know what the end game is for this Chris Jericho thing. Like, you have the ROH pay-per-view, in December, middle December, it's coming up. And I think you just have Jericho on the card just to draw some eyeballs, and we kind of figure it out from there.
Absolutely. All right. Toni Storm. Why do we keep calling her the interim champion? Just call her the champion. It's stupid. She's facing Jamie Hayter for the
Thunder Rosa's, waiting in the wings.
Girl, look, no, stop. She can't defend the championship. Stop that BS. Just make Toni Storm the champion. Call it, get it over with. If Thunder Rosa comes back, she either wins or she loses, then we move on. I don't know what else we're doing. Yeah. So Hayter, Storm, Women's Championship. I got Storm.
Yeah. No, you know what? I'm going to flip-flop. I don't know if they are going, if they are dead set on having Toni Storm face Thunder Rosa in the unification match. But, Jamie Hayter has been getting a little bit of buzz and a little bit of fan reactions. And Tony, like I love her. I think she's a fantastic talent, but for whatever reason, like her character isn't clicking, and maybe her like being a heel would work better. But I think you give it to Jamie and see what she can do with it. I'm not jumping ship on the Tony Storm experiment, but I kind of want to see what Jamie Hayter can do.
Okay, right on, right on. Respect, respect. Moving on from that, the Acclaim top, and they're gonna be with Daddy Ass Scissor Me. Oh, virtual scissoring. I hear that stuff happens on a website that rhymes with moly hands.
Anyways, the
Anyways,
biggest thing that happened on AEW Dynamite today was the return, the AEW debut of Captain Insano. Captain Insano finally made it on our television. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of these Acclaim music videos, but I mean, Captain Insano was on my television in the year of our Lord 2022. I thought it was fantastic.
2022. I mean, Vince McMahon, Steve Austin, Ric Flair are wrestling. Jeff Jarrett's in GCW and AEW. Captain Insano is back. What more could we ask for?
I don't know. I mean, the 90s are back. The 90s are the cool thing in terms of retro, so it makes sense.
Yes, brother. The Acclaimed, Swerve in Our Glory, the AEW World Tag Team Championships, the Acclaim up all day.
Yeah, I think you give it to the Acclaim here. I don't know if they do the full breakup of Swerve and Lee. I'd be fine with that because I think breaking them up and having them be just singles guys would work wonders. I like Swerve as a heel. I like Lee as a face. I think that's the way they should go. Don't have Lee join Swerve as a heel. I think break them up. They can have great matches. I know the dynamic is always going to be weird with Lee as a face, especially going up against someone smaller like Swerve. But the match would be really fun. As long as they're kind of put in a slot where the crowd isn't like completely dead, it should be good.
It should be.
It should be. I think it's going to be hard to top what they did at All Out, just because the reactions were insane. I don't think we get it to that level, but if we can get it similarly, the match should be really good.
Right on, right on. Listen to it. Listen to it.
But too bad we can't listen to it.
You can't hear this?
Nope.
Why can't you hear this?
I don't know, because you're probably blowing out the microphones, and then Zoom's like, we don't need you to be yelling.
It's really not. You can hear that, right? You can't hear this at all.
Nope.
That's crazy.
I know.
Wow.
It's a damn shame.
You really couldn't hear that at all.
Nope.
Are you working me, or could you really not hear this?
I hear back. Bible.
Wow. I played the Elite song. Apparently, the Elite are back in the Wrestling Death Triangles. Is this for the Trios titles?
It is for the Trios titles. The Elite taking on Triángulo de la Muerte, which they did say. So big pop from your boy that Phoenix and Pentagon said that. So, they cut a promo just kind of alluding to the Elite, and then they cut to a video package or a whatever graphic of the Elite taking on Death Triangle. So, Triángulo de la Muerte. So, after teasing, it's happening. We didn't get any videos, nothing from the Elite themselves. So they're going to show up cold on Full Gear for the first time. And I'm excited. Just have them go out there, wrestle. If they want to have some fun on the situation, I guess they can. I don't think they will. Maybe that's asking a lot of them. But the match should just be, I think, insane. I think after everything that's transpired, the Elite, I think they have something to prove. And Kenny, after coming back from injury and then just being gone right after that, this match is, I'm gonna put it down. This one's gonna be the best match of the night. I know it's not exactly going out on a limb, but this match, especially if they put it on first, like, good luck following that.
I think they'll put it on mid-show, make him wait for the Elite. Will Hobbs is challenging. Oh no, wait. Wardlow, Samoa Joe, and Will Hobbs for the TNT title.
We got a triple threat match apparently. I just looked this up on the whatchamacallit, on the Wikipedia. Wikipedia never lies. and it
Yes.
says Wardlow, Samoa Joe, and Powerhouse Hobbs 3-way for the AEW TNT title. So
Oh, Powerhouse Hobbs.
we always love a good 3-way.
Powerhouse Hobbs all day.
Yeah, we'll root for the hometown boy. Samoa Joe and Wardlow cancel each other out, and Powerhouse Hobbs takes advantage.
Powerhouse.
But if they were to wait and make him win the big one, if we're calling the TNT the big one, if you want to make him wait a couple more months for him in San Francisco, that would be cool too, but it might be a little too long.
Yeah. All right. The AEW World Heavyweight Champion Jon Moxley defends against Maxwell Jacob Friedman. It is the AEW World Championship. Maxwell said to solidify himself as one of the greats, he has to win this and have a long, fruitful reign. Jon Moxley's been on fire. He's a 3-time AEW champion. The train doesn't seem to be stopping anytime soon. So this might be Tony Khan's most important booking decision of all time. Does he keep the title on Moxley? Does Moxley continue to be the face of the company, or does MJF finally win the championship? Because if MJF doesn't win, it's a miss. It is a huge miss, and it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
So for me, I mean, I'm very much with Phillip. I'm overall not that excited for the match. This is probably the least excited I've been for an AEW pay-per-view in the history of the company, and that's even going back to the COVID days. But this match, I think, is like the biggest match that AEW has and can put on, at least right now. And maybe not the biggest in terms of like box office draws, because the CM Punk matches probably were bigger, but I do think this is like the biggest match, the most important match for the company of AEW, like what Phillip was saying. MJF was always kind of circled as a guy of the future, and now he's like the guy now, the now guy. And with a lot of things in flux with the CM Punk situation, with the pillars, I think MJF is clear and above like all the other pillars. And I think this is the time you go with him. Now, I've been staunch on the story not exactly being a little confusing, with MJF kind of being a face, but also being a heel. And I think Moxley's been great overall in his delivery. The final segment was fine. I think MJF just kind of stamping like this is his biggest match of his career. He's gonna go out there, win without any help, without any shenanigans. He's gonna do it, and Moxley just kind of brushing him off to the side and just being like, okay, whatever, dude. And maybe that and Moxley kind of talked about that, of saying he's trying to get the best out of MJF.
What if Regal turns on Moxley?
Well, I mean, I was kind of getting to that. I think that is a very big possibility that people are saying that Regal turns on Moxley, joins up with MJF, Blackpool Combat Club kind of maybe not disbands, but I mean, Regal was kind of the guy who held everything together with that group. But I mean, that's the other thing. It's like, it's a big booking decision for who wins, but also a big booking decision on what the finish is and what the future is. Because like Moxley could just win straight up and he can just continue to be Moxley. But I think for MJF to win, it needs to be cemented as, does he win clean? He's like the top guy, top babyface, which I still have questions about if that can happen. Or is he back to being a full-fledged heel? As I keep saying, they took the genie out of the bottle of him being a heel, and it's very hard for them to put that back in. So I just am very intrigued to see what they do. I think MJF does win, and I think he does cheat. I don't know if it's Regal, but I think MJF continues to be a heel.
Yeah.
Phillip, what do you think? You say MJF should win, but I think the bigger question is, how does he win?
Something's going to happen. There's going to be a schmaz galore. Somebody's turning on Jonathan Moxley. Maybe the firm comes out and helps MJF win. We don't know. We'll see.
I think that's the worst possible option. Like, I know you said the aces and eights thing of you can take some licks, and it was all part of the cause, but I just don't think that's the best option.
I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. But I think there will be some kind of chicanery, foolery, and MJF walks out the world champion. Don't know when we're going to
We'll be here to talk about it eventually one of these days.
Yeah, don't know when we're going to do the recap because I'm I'm a busy man these days. Superstar Spotlight, we'll get to that later on whenever we record again. PPW, Phoenix Pro Wrestling's 8th anniversary show is this Friday in Petaluma. I will be in attendance conducting an interview that day. So yet another one. The Dave Dutra interview will be dropping this weekend. So I hope you guys look forward to that. It's a great love Dave Dutra. Brandon, you've seen Dave over the years. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the Battle King?
Well, I mean, I've seen Dave Dutra at many APW shows, and then when me and Lil Durst went to the Ugwa show, that was the first time I saw like his new character, and it's definitely something. It's definitely way different than kind of the clean cut, pretty boy, hard working guy that he was doing a couple years ago.
Are you a fan of the Battle King?
I mean, I am a fan.
Do you want to join the Battle Kingdom? Apparently, Katie's in the Battle Kingdom. Do you?
Well, I don't know what you got to do to get in the Battle Kingdom. I don't want to judge.
I'll talk to Dave.
But they look like a group that you got to do some things to get in there, and I don't know if I'm up to the task.
I'll talk to Dave. I'll see what's going on. Are you wearing gloves?
It's a little cold in here.
Oh really? Oh.
Okay, it's not like super cold,
bro. My right foot is like I can't feel it. It's that frozen. I can still feel the pain in my ankle, but it's. Bro, I hope what if I never get better, Brandon?
You'll get better. You got this.
But it's been like 3 weeks tomorrow, dude. Like I need this to be over with. I'm tired of limping around. I still got the pimp limp. Yeah. PPW 8th anniversary show. Drake Frost versus Jacob Fatu. JMM versus Sanders in a grudge match. There will be a 4-way for the cruiserweight title. Midas Creed is in that. So is Kenny K. Daniel Torch is defending it. And there's a young lady in that match. I forget her name. World's Freshest Tag Team will be in action. Boyce LeGrand is defending his PPW heavyweight title, I think against Caljack. So that's going on. King of Indies is this Saturday. The Irish Cultural Center in San Francisco. Vinny Massaro will be in action. He's not in the tournament, but he has a match. Titus Alexander, the West Coast Pro Champion, is in the tournament because he won the West Coast Cup back in August. Jacob Fatu is in the match, or is in the tournament. Look, this is going to be something. This is going to be something. And of course, SPW Still Hungry. It's their annual food drive that is going on in Elk Grove this Sunday. So 3 days of wrestling in NorCal. If you guys are going to these shows, you'll see me at a couple of them, maybe all 3. I don't know. I'll try to get out to all of them. But this is fun. This is gonna be a lot of fun.
And there's Full Gear. The next week is Survivor Series and Thanksgiving. Just
a Black Friday. You're doing the Black Friday shopping? Are you going to be going out? Or are you going to stick to Cyber Monday?
Probably not.
Cyber Monday.
Yeah. I don't have a full-fledged plan on what's for Christmas, but I kind of got a good idea. And then for Friday, I got to go down to Fresno to see the got to see the father side. Well, not the father side, but the my new stepmom's side of the family, which last year was a great time, and I'm so excited to go back.
Where's this?
It's in Fresno.
It's in Fresno,
and I'm the devil liberal stepson, so I love playing that role.
Wait,
it's a great time.
Oh, are they?
Well, let's just say they turned to me and asked if I voted for Barack Obama. And then I doubled down and said, yes, I voted for Bernie Sanders too. And then
wait. They asked, but you were a child when I
was 18 when I voted for Barack in 2012. I was 18.
Okay.
First president I ever voted for.
Hey man, you did a great thing.
Yep.
The community salutes you.
Am I invited to the cookout?
Brandon, you've been invited.
Okay.
Bring the brewskis.
What?
Have you seen Steve Austin working out, brother?
He's been posting them workout videos. I mean, hopefully he ain't getting ready for some blood money, but it looks like he's getting ready for something.
Hey, he's about to become the Riyadh Rattlesnake. Oh hell yeah! Are you not down?
I mean,
Riyadh Rattlesnake, Bromos, like all these things are gonna happen.
I haven't really thought about WrestleMania tickets yet, but if Stone Cold's in LA for WrestleMania, I mean,
well, he lives there. Yeah, bro. Could you imagine? Bro, like really think about this: Brock Lesnar, Stone Cold Steve Austin, possibly The Rock. Come on, I'm going. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be at these indie shows. I'm gonna go to Wale Mania. I will be in Los Angeles, California for WrestleMania weekend. This is a fact. I will be there. I have to. It's 5 hours away.
I know. I mean, I'd love to be there. Maybe hopefully I have some sort of job commitments. But if I don't, or if I do, and I can get around it, we'll see what happens.
Well, we'll see. Well, but I'm gonna need you there with me. We got to do some things.
I mean, I loved WrestleMania back in the Bay, and it's only grown since then. And I've always said this. I would love to go to WrestleMania more for the indie shows, and the indie shows have kind of diminished a little bit. Like I don't think it's ever been like those 32, 33, 34 type WrestleManias. But
I mean, it's what GCW and other things.
Yeah, it's not back in the day where it was like ROH and Impact and even like New Japan popped in and he had NXT.
I mean, I think like WrestleCade does one, and they have like Impact stars and other like stars like that. So I think that's kind of what that'll be.
Maybe probably not PWG, but you never know. Maybe PWG does something.
I'm sure they will. But yeah, that's going on. Yes. Thank you guys so much. I need the Bulletcast universe to wish my team luck. The first tournament of the year is this Saturday. I got a busy day. Got to go to Berkeley. Got to go coach. Then I got to go to San Francisco for the King of Indies.
Is Arroyo going to be there?
Arroyo will be there.
Oof! Yes. Go Dons.
Go Dons. Go. Hey, but they don't know. The Dons don't see what happens. They don't know that I'm the Teflon. No, they don't know. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Stay clean, stay strong, stay safe. Diamonds are forever. So is the microphone Messiah.